Hey, how's it going, Toons of the World? It's your pal Mega Snoop bringing you another Toontastic video. And in today's video, I just wanted to have a little discussion with you guys. Nothing too major or important, just, a little discussion between you and me about our opinions and about Toontown. And specifically what I wanted to talk about was the rewards for the bosses in Toontown Rewritten. This idea kind of sparked off when I was having a little discussion with my roommate about the usefulness of the CEO rewards versus the CJ rewards. And I was telling him how most people do prefer the CEO rewards of fires over the CJ rewards of summons. And he was telling me I was crazy because it's more useful to have a CJ reward where you can summon a cog invasion. And then I started explaining about how you can't always get a cog invasion every single time you did a CJ, and there was like a little bit of a dispute, so we went to Twitter, and it seemed like most of Twitter agreed with me, but there were some other people that agreed with him. Like, it wasn't a complete blowout. There was actually a good amount of people that thought the CJ had a better reward than a CEO. So what I wanted to kind of do is break down what my thoughts and opinions are on the best rewards to the worst rewards, and just kind of explain why. So first off, let me explain what the rewards are. From the VP, you get SOS cards. SOS cards allow you to summon during a battle an SOS toon that will come in and do something for you in place of your turn. So instead of using a gag or something, instead you call upon an SOS card, and they'll do things like restock your gags, or attack the cogs for you, or give you the special ability to make sure that your gags hit for the next round or two. And so those are SOS cards. From the CFO, you get Unites. And what a Unite is a speed chat phrase that will affect you and all the toons around you. So when you use a tune-up Unite, it'll tune up you and all the toons around you for however much the Unite is. For instance, if you have an 80 tune-up Unite, it'll tune up all the people around you for 80 tune-up points, without having to be in battle or have it be your turn. You can do the same thing with gag restocks by using a gag up sound or a gag up all. And then there's Jelly Bean Unites, which seem to be the ones that are used most often. Usually you can see them in bean fests in the middle of Donald's Dreamland. Then comes the CJ rewards. When you do a CJ, you will get a reward to summon a cog building, or a cog invasion. Generally, more often than not, you just get to summon a cog. However, on a more rare circumstance, you could be able to summon a cog building or even summon a whole cog invasion. Now, people argue the usefulness for these comes to the invasions. That way you can use them to help your friends train, or if your friends have a specific task that they need minglers, for instance, you can summon a mingler invasion for them. But do note that if you do have a Lawbot suit, it means that you are done with all the tasks in the game, and therefore you won't be the one needing these rewards. You would be using these rewards in order to help other people get the cogs or the gag experience that they need. And then lastly comes the CEO. The CEO gives you fires. A fire is used in battle. Basically what it does is during your turn, you can choose to take out one cog right then and there. There's no worry that it might miss. You just click fire, you click the cog, and that cog is done. And this will completely take out both layers of a version 2.0 as well. So now that you've heard them, let's see their usefulness. For me at least, I think the most useful are Unites, because you don't need to be in battle to use them. If somebody needs a tune-up, you can do it right then and there, whether it's in the middle of a battle, in the middle of a boss fight, in the middle of the playground, in the middle of the street. It doesn't matter where you are, you can use a Unite. And this really helps when you need more gags. See, with SOS cards, if you're going to use a restock, you need to take one turn in order to do that. Where with a Unite, you can do it in between turns. You can use your last sound gag, and as soon as it's used, use the Unite, get all your sound back, and just use sound again the next round. But that does not mean I think SOSs are bad. For me personally, I think SOSs are the second best. And that's because of what they can do and how powerful they are. There are some attacking SOSs such as Clerk Clara and Barnacle Bessie, which will completely take out a whole row of level 11s on their own, and paired with other gags can even take out a whole row of level 12s. Plus, like I said, they do give restocks, they do give tune-ups, and do give you the special ability to have cogs miss you for up to 3 turns, and have toons always hit for up to 3 turns. So these are very useful things. It's just the one drawback to them is that they do take a whole turn in battle to use. And that's why I think Unites are a little bit better, even though they are limited to only helping out Toons instead of also attacking cogs. But you'll see most people will fight between the two of those to say which one's better, but you'll almost always see those two in the number 1 and number 2 spots for people's usefulness of rewards. And then number 3 for me is fires, because it is helpful to take out an entire cog on its own, but it is only one cog. It is most handy when there's a version 2.0 because then you don't have to take so many gags or so many turns to take out both layers when you can just do it all in one turn. However, like I said, it only does take out one cog at a time, so unless all 4 people use a fire, you're gonna have to use it multiple times to take out every cog in the battle. And then lastly, my least useful reward would be a CJ reward. Like I said, summons aren't all that helpful, especially when most of the time you're only being able to summon a single cog. You really need to grind out Lobot before you can get summons that are actually useful, and once you do get useful summons, you're not even using them for yourself, you're using them for other people. For instance, to summon invasions so they can level up their gags, or to summon invasions in case there's a specific cog that they need. So for me, that's the least useful. But again, this is also one of those things where people do go in between and say that, you know, they think one is more useful than the other. But there's my list for the most useful ones and why. I did say Unites, then SOS cards, then Fires, and then Summons. But I would love to hear what you guys think and why in the comment section below. Feel free to let me know. Thank you guys for watching this video, really do appreciate it. Hope you guys have an amazingly toontastic day, and I'll see you guys next time.